So I'm going to tell you a little story first. The story goes that at one point last year, I had a show and these were in it, or something very similar to it. And I had never, ever seen this kind of technology on an indoor-outdoor mat. And it just blew out. I was just astounded. And I got off the air and I wrote an email to my boss and I said, this needs to be a today's special value. And here it is. First time ever, took us a year, but first time ever as a today's special value, the only time of this entire year you're gonna get this as a today's special value. And I was even in the meeting where we kind of chose these patterns and colors, and it was so much fun to kind of be part of that. As a host, we don't get to do that often. So when I saw this was the today's special value, I gotta give everybody the lowdown on these, because I have these in my home. There are colors to choose from. This is called Blue Leaf right there. That's the one I'm standing next to. This is Gray Leaf right here. It's just got a nice pattern of leaves going around the outside border, the solid interior. This is Brown Leaf right here that you're seeing. Then we move into the Brown ECAT right here, or ECAT taupe is really what it's called. And then we also have ECAT blue. ECAT is actually referring to the pattern that happens to be in a lot of exotic fabrics and things like that. So ECAT blue, ECAT taupe. Now this is the one that I chose for my home. I love it. It's called Abstract Floral. It's kind of the light gray, the dark gray, a little bit of black, very neutral. Then this one too, I mean, right there in the kitchen, in front of the kitchen sink, that's called Lemons. And it's a bluish gray on the leaves and then the lemons. I like to decorate in blues and yellows. That's part of my Swedish heritage. This one has been flying out since midnight right now. It is the butterfly. If you want this blue background with this soft butterfly, more than half gone on the butterfly. And this is called the Plaid Check. And the Plaid Check is also in light and dark tones of the gray, kind of almost like a white black, but a light gray, dark gray kind of thing. But I'm gonna bring you over and introduce you to the inventor, John Yiser. This man is amazing. Everything from his hoses to his hose nozzles. I mean, I have your fountain. We're going to show the fountain later.
Oh,
I love these things, and it came to fruition.
Yes.
Do you remember that first day?
I do.
And I wrote that email afterwards. I was like, this has to be a TSV.
Well, I'm so glad you were part of the design on it, because that makes it so much more fun. And one of the things that was the challenge for this year was to bring the best mat we've ever done, and that's what we have. Yeah. Now, what we did, customers said, we want fragrance-free, no more rubber smell, it's gone. Yeah. We want it to lay flat when it comes out of the box, so we don't have to wait for it, and now it does.
Because they sent me one ahead of time, so I could, you know, just test out the new design. It laid flat like that.
And now we have multiple colors, which we didn't have before. And the best part is we have even better technology on this. It's anti-fatigue. Now watch what happens here. What's happening here is you can see as I press my finger down.
For a second.
Sure.
I want them to see this honeycomb effect. I had never ever seen anything like that before,
Yes, and
John.
that's the magic between the Aqua-Terra mesh that allows it to take dirt off your shoes. So if you have people coming in, grandkids, neighbors, anyone, they come in, you don't even realize what's on their shoe. And it's amazing what goes into your house. So watch what happens. This is what's on their shoe. Then they come in and they'll wipe their shoe on your new doormat when you get it. Look what happens. Their shoe goes clean.
Yeah.
And look what happens. The doormat is clean. Now, why is this important? The reason is that other doormats, the dirt will stay up here and it's going to go right back in your house. Watch when I do the white glove test, I do like this, there's no dirt here. Now the reason is, after it scrapes off, it stores underneath it, so it doesn't reattract into your house.
Yeah.
Now watch why that's important. Now, the mats will hold up to 11 pounds. This is what 11 pounds of dirt.
I'm not sure I can get, oh baby.
looks like.
That's bigger than my babies were.
So
That's
that's
a lot
11
of
pounds.
dirt.
Now what that means is that that's going to store. Now the reason you want to do that is you want to make sure it doesn't end up in your house. Now I want everyone to see, now this doormat looks like it's clean on the top because when you walk in it is.
Yeah.
But what's underneath is this, watch this. Look at all of the dirt that is stored in the mat, and that's what's going to be kept from coming inside your house. And
Scratching your wood floors.
Scratching your wood floors, and that's how easy it is to clean, is what you just saw there. Now, what's nice about this is that what it's doing is it's actually like a vacuum sucking up the dirt. So as you watch this, you can actually see as the dirt's going in, it just disappears. Because it's disappearing, it's falling to the lower layer. That's all it's doing, but what it does, it keeps the top layer clean.
Yeah.
And so even with all that, I'll take and do the white glove test again. As you can see, is that even when I do that, there's still nothing there. And that's the benefit of it. Now, again, here's the technology you can see here. When you walk in, on your shoe, you have dirt. When you scrape, it's gonna come off the shoe and go underneath the surface of the mat, storing it underneath. The shoe is clean. Now when you walk back in, you don't have to worry about it reattracting, and the mat is clean.
Yeah.
But the best part is, we wanted to make sure it looked beautiful in front of your house, which is what we had so much fun doing. And the anti-fatigue. It is like a cloud when you stand on it.
It's like sponge-like.
Yes.
You know, and I love that in front of the kitchen sink, because you stand and do dishes, or maybe there is another place in your kitchen where you do a lot of the work right there on the countertop.
Exactly.
Things like that. But I have these outside my home, I have them inside my home, and I'm gonna tell you something else. A lot of things, before you show that, a lot of the mats out there do a good job, but they kind of hurt your bare feet.
Right.
This is the time of year I'm in my bare feet.
Yes.
This does not hurt your feet at all. It feels good on your pet's paws.
Yes.
It feels good on the baby feet.
My dog sleeps on it.
Yes,
So
exactly.
yes, and so the pets love them. Now, one of the other things we wanted to do is customer says we don't want the mats to blow away in the windy
Right,
time.
because sometimes they do.
Yes, so we made it firm. It's got a new border, keeping it glued to the ground. Now, these other mats are what you might find at the store. Watch what happens when we simulate the wind with this blower.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn this on. Look at the other mats. Simply blow away, okay? Start hopping around.
They do.
Yeah, and then the Bernini mat stays down firm. So that's what's going to happen. You don't need to worry about it blowing away when you have it on a windy day.
That is important. Your neighbor, you don't want those to be over at your neighbor's. Before we do another demo,
sure.
I want to go back to the colors, because now's when you got to make up your minds and get these. If you want to get 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you want to get, think about your doors, front door, back door, side doors, going into the garage doors. Now let's talk about inside the house. How about when you walk in from the deck or on the deck? How about, I'm literally going through my house and telling you where I love these. Coming in the front door, so I've got one outside and one inside. In front of your kitchen sink, in front of the kitchen refrigerator where water drips. All these different things. It's so important. Here's your colors. We have blue leaf. I love that blue, by the way. I have the blue from last year.
Oh, do you?
And I love it because I'm a blue girl. And then this is the gray leaf, and this is the brown leaf right there. All right? And actually, this brown leaf could almost go for like a dark gray. Okay?
That's what I have at my house.
It is limited. We have this ECAT design, which is like a lot of fabrics. We have the ECAT taupe and the ECAT blue, so you can see them. And by the way, maybe you put buy both of these, and you put the blue in one room and the brown or the taupe in another room. It's not too brown, it's just kind of taupe, it's very neutral. Then I actually decided to put this outside my house. Love it. I was gonna post a picture this morning on my Facebook page, forgot. I'll do it after I get off the air. That one is called Abstract Floral. And it's really almost like a black white, but it's really light gray, dark gray kind of thing. Really love it. This is called Lemons. It's the blue, the white, and the yellow, but again, it's very soft. Here, this is more than half our quantity is gone on the butterfly right here with the blue background. And we also have the plaid check. And that's more like light gray, dark gray. And I'm going to show you one other thing, is if you like to mix blues, maybe you get the blue leaf and you get the butterfly. Those can go together. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to put the exact same one all around the house. You can mix and match. And then there's also that blue ECAT too. 1,000 gone in the last few minutes. 21,000 for the day. All right, let's talk about these.
Okay, so what's fun is if you have a wider door, put 2 in front, or a double door like this,
Yep,
2 in
French
front look great.
doors, anything
Correct.
like that.
And if you look up here, look how amazing. It's
yeah.
like an accent piece. It's actually adding a whole decor look to your house with the butterflies up there.
Look at
and so that just gives a whole nother look to the house.
Yeah.
Now, what we're going to do is we've been looking at outside. Let's go inside.
Because remember what I just said? Where do I have that? I have them outside the front door and I have it inside the front door.
Now, what's nice about it is that they're low profile, so watch what happens. You can actually close the door and they stay below the surface of the door so you can open and close the door.
And that's so important because, by the way, you don't want to have to sit there and pull the rug out, close the door. And the other thing is I like that they stay put when I'm vacuuming around them.
Exactly. Now, pets. My dog has it under his water bowl. His name's Gunner. He's actually a Labrador.
I love
And so
Gunner.
I use it here. Now, we made this mat this year so that it actually is quicker drying, so it has more aeration. What that means is carpet mats, they'll hold the water a long time. This, because of the honeycomb technology, air gets under it and lets it breathe.
I love that.
And
you know, a lot of dogs, we have boxers. They end up, you know, dripping a lot. Any of the dogs that have big jowls drip a lot.
And the same also for the kitty litter boxes. My mother-in-law loves it in front of her kitty litter box. So does my stepdad. And they love it in that situation. And
can
even
we vacuum these rugs, or do we just, you know, do we have to do this?
Oh, no, you can run a vacuum over them or shake them. Yeah, absolutely. They stay down.
I don't think anything of it.
And then I love it's anti-fatigue. So when you're actually standing in front of your kitchen sink, feel that feeling. It's that soft feeling is what it makes it easier to stand and do your dishes and be able to work around the kitchen.
And oh, by the way, you noticed what kind of shoes I chose? They have the little thing. Okay, guess what? It doesn't catch. It doesn't get caught. I mean, not that you're going to be walking around in high heels, but when I get home from work, sometimes I am until I get time to change my clothes and my shoes.
Exactly.
And you don't have to worry about it like you do with some things.
Now, the dirt trapping, what that means is watch what happens from everyone walking in your house, what this is going to keep from coming in your house. Watch as I rotate this down. This is all the dirt that's going to be kept out of your house and it will be in the mat. Now, again, it's that easy to clean. Just shake it out like that. It all comes out. And again, you can actually see what is it doing? It actually is sucking the dirt down into the mat like a vacuum.
I like that it always looks clean.
It's not only does it keep your feet clean, but the mat stays clean when you're looking at it in the front of your house.
That's or inside or outside. By the way, and like we said, imagine hard floors. What if you have a beach place? You know what happens when that sand or that dirt gets on your hard floors?
It's like sandpaper.
It's like sandpaper. It also gets down into your carpet, and just by walking on your carpet, if you've got a lot of dirt, little pieces of dirt in your carpet, it starts to break the fibers down. And I mean, we just put some new carpet in our upstairs loft. It was like $5,000, you know, to do the loft and the stairs. You know, it's not cheap.
And this is what we're going to keep out of your house, is we're going to let it store inside the mat so that it doesn't go in your house. And remember, when you rub your hand over this, it's clean because it stores it underneath the bottom.
It feels so good. I gotta say, one more time, look it up here. This is the one I chose, the abstract floral. Isn't that cool? It's like modern, you know? I don't know, I just thought it was so nice. I just thought it was really beautiful. And it's just done in it kind of reminded me of white and black, but it also is really light gray, dark gray kind of thing.
Exactly.
But that's that abstract floral. I really love it. This is another great look.
It is.
Look at this. This is that gray leaf.
Yes.
And you see again how neutral it is.
And how comfortable it is to stand on. You're going to love it because other dirt trapping doormats, they can get scratchy on your feet. This one doesn't. I
got another thing for you. My husband's a woodworker.
Oh, yeah.
So he likes to have these down where he's doing the woodworking because A, it gives him that anti-fatigue on his legs, but it also captures a lot of the sawdust.
Correct.
And
I have it
doesn't
in my
drag it
workshop
around.
as well.
I believe it.
It's much nicer to stand on.
So good. Now you got to decide. Here's the thing. I'm going to just tell you something. For $8.75, you get one of these home, free shipping and handling. Get 2, get 3, get 4. Let's say you're getting 4 of these, and that's not out of the realm of possibility. A lot of people have been ordering 4 because they want 2 inside and 2 outside. And that literally comes out to about $35 per month for the next 4 months. I mean, seriously.
Yes.
It's that easy. Okay, here's the blue leaf. Look how pretty that is. So great. This is gray leaf right here. But I also want to mention that this one over here is that plaid check. They're both kind of in the gray family in case you want to mix and match around your home. This one is called the brown leaf. But if you look at this brown leaf and that ECAT taupe, they're in the same family too, and a little different. So maybe one is at your front door, one is at your side door. You know, you get some symmetry going. Here's the blue ECAT. This is so pretty.
That's what my daughter has in her house.
Yeah, I love it. It's just gorgeous because none of these are glaring. None of these are, you know, super, it's kind of like the honeycomb always